This is the fourth mini workshop in the Nonprofit Board Training and Governance Overview seminar series. Desired outcome for the series is that as a result of having actively participated in this seminar, board members will understand how decisions are made and conflicts are resolved. You will learn key components of the decision-making process, principles of good governance, common causes of conflict, common approaches to conflict resolution, and sources for further information. First part, decision-making. Key components of the decision-making process include agenda setting, discussion and evaluation, motion and voting, implementation, and documentation. Note that the processes can vary based on bylaws, policies, and practices of the individual nonprofit organization. It is also critical that you follow guidelines set by the organization's bylaws, which can include things like name and purpose, board of directors, conflict of interest, officers, meetings, committees, executive director, fiscal management, property and investments, indemnification, adoption, amendment, or repeal. All of these as they relate to different policies, procedures, and processes as outlined by the organization's board of directors and embedded in their bylaws. Also, the federal government gets involved, particularly through Internal Revenue Service, and there may also be state laws and regulations that you need to be aware of. Principles of good governance include establishing a mission and vision, legal compliance, board composition and structure, board education and training, transparency and accountability, conflicts of interest, financial management, fundraising, performance measurement and evaluations, communication and stakeholder engagement, and ethical conduct. Some sources for all of this include the National Council of Nonprofits, the independent sector, Board Source, and the IRS. Now let's take a look at conflict, causes, and resolution. Some common causes of conflict include differing priorities and perspectives of the board members, personality clashes between the board members, limited resources often available to boards, role ambiguity, meaning a lack of clarity about who does what, the decision-making process and who's actually involved and makes the final decisions, conflicts of interest, a lack of trust between board members, resistance to change, power struggles, and poor communication, both internal and external. Common approaches to conflict resolution include open communication, training and education, mediation by a third party, board involvement, meaning somebody designated specifically to lead the resolution of the conflict, conflict resolution policies, very clear processes and approaches towards how conflicts are resolved, and getting external assistance, such as for mediation. Some sources that can help in conflict resolution include the National Council of Nonprofits, Board Source, Bridgespan Group, the Nonprofit Quarterly, and Blue Avocado. What you have learned: some key components of decision-making processes, principles of good governance, common causes of conflict, common approaches to conflict resolution, and sources for further information. Thank you.